In our quest to uncover the traditional skills used in the building industry, we visited Oldfield Forge, just outside Hereford, near the Welsh border. But I've not come alone, I've come with Bron, the latest member of our skill builder team. Now this place is going to blow your socks off.
Good morning.
Hello there.
I'm Ethan, nice to meet you.
I'm Roger.
Bronte.
Nice to meet you. Right, follow me in. Welcome to the showroom. Here at Oldfield Forge you do almost everything. Do swords, daggers, axes, hammers, knives, bottle openers, candlesticks, toasting forks.
This is on a different level, isn't it?
How about we pick an axe to forge? What we can make today is you can either make a nice Scandinavian bearded axe like so, or you can go for something more modern, more angular, more organic, like the ones presented here.
Well, personally, I'll go Scandinavian.
You have a Scandinavian one, yeah? Sounds good. A lot of the axes that Scandinavians made, they were made to be sort of multi-tool purpose. So yes, they were good at war and raiding, but also they were also good at construction, you know, firewood, craftable axes as well.
Even when I was in Scandinavia, I've seen boat builders using the old pitch pine, and they would get an axe and they would just shave down the wood rather like using a plane, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what this kind of thing would probably
exactly.
be
That's
really
like
good at.
that's a variant of what we call a Type C axe, which was a construction carving tool. Welcome to the forge. The sledgehammer ideally always remains on the right hand side of your body, so it clears your knees and your face should it bounce back. Because it's on the right hand side of your body, your right eye is favoured for accuracy. That is the job of the striker. The smith is the one who is holding the set tools, holding the steel and all that, or the striker would be the apprentice. The first step we're going to do to this axe is drift it. This is a drift, it's a long bit of tapered steel. The key thing is, you only hit it when I tell you to hit it. So, get the steel nice and hot like so, hold the steel over the hole there, blast the drift with the tongs, and then when I'm ready, hit! Hit! One more hit! There you go. Couple bats to loosen up the axe round the drift, of course, because as that's getting cooler, it's seizing up round the drift, and of course drift is getting hotter, so that's expanding, and they're almost welding to each other. Back in the fire, close at the door, wait for that to get hot again. Take it over, drift goes in here. You want to hold the drift section with these.
One hand, two hands?
Two hands, a bit easier. Make sure, your job is to make sure it's always straight. It's not, you know, it's an angle or that, back and forth, nice and straight up. I'll only hit it when you tell me to hit it.
Hit. Hit.
And we'll stop there. Take it over to the anvil with my hammer, just as I did. Hit it on the flat. Bit more like that. Hit there. There you go. And slot the drift right in the hole first if you need. Good.
About there. Hit! Hit! Hit!
Stop there.
Just here.
Yep, just on the side of the drift.
Turn it over.
Yes, you got it. That should do. And as I did before, slam it down. Jobs are good.
I use a microwave normally.
Separating the bit of the axe from the handle. Here's how we do it. Steel is nice and hot like so. Hold it with the set tool just past where the eye is a little bit, so it's not collapsing it. And then when I'm ready, hit. Nice. I move it forward a little bit. Hit. Hip. hip. I've gone that section now. I'm going to move myself back. Hip, hip. There you go. I'm slowly in that midsection, driving it through to get that nice notch.
Got it, yeah, yeah.
Hip, 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 hip. One more hip. That'll do.
3. That's the one.
Hip, 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 hip. One more hip. Very nice.
I feel I'm getting in the swing of it now.
Keep doing that until we are the right depth, and then the steel hopefully goes somewhere where it's wanted. Yeah, but you can get cold shutting, where the steel will fold on itself, but doesn't weld, so it's just like an air pocket. Here's a good trick as well. You take 2 of these blocks of steel, pop it up to the end of the forge there, pop it by the pins, get a nice long bit of metal round bar, pop some sausages on it, or some meatballs, twist it. It's a lovely roast, that. Hip, hip, hip.
What type of music are you into?
90s, you can say, early 2000s kind of music.
No heavy metal then?
Next step is thinning down the body of the axe. I'll be walking over there to do it for you. Now, after thinning it down, we're going to clean up the inside curve so it's nice and crisp. Crisp it up. Have a look
here
at
or not?
That's nice, yeah.
All right with that?
Starting to get a bit more of a curve in it. Right, back in the fire now. Just have a little go at my practice one. Take the steel like so. Hold the set tool right on the top, and then hit. Good. I move it down a little bit. Hit. I then turn it around the other way. Start doing the same thing. Hip, 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 until the steel is cold again.
Hip. Hip. Hip.
We'll be using the press a little bit now. So this press is about 16 tons of pressure. It will go through the axe very easily. Lovely and yellow. I take my steel over to the press, pop it on. Nicely, you got it?
From there,
Yep.
back to the front.
There you go. Hip, 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 hip. Stop there. Very nice. Smoother. Smooth profile. Good one. Hip, hip. There you go. Stop there. Turn it on its side and flatten off where it's starting to cup over. Right then, back in the fire now, gone a bit dull. We're now going to be beveling out the edge of the axe. My hammer is at a bit of an angle right on that blade end. I'm then going to proceed to flatten it, moving up and down the length of my bit, gradually getting the end of it thinner. I don't want to be twisting my hammer as I go and, you know, putting the dents in the hammer there. I want to be landing flat. You can see it starts to almost flick out the top bit. Yeah. All finished.
So that's how it started. So we've made our axes. Let's go and play.
Non-dominant leg forward, dominant leg back, axe right behind, sitting on that shoulder blade of yours, elbow tucked in, and then when you're ready, over the head, step, throw.
Come on, Bron, you go first.
Hey!
Oh!
Hey! Collect your axe.
That was slightly too high.
Hey! Board again. Oh! First point. Let's see if he can match it. He can't. Oh! And he's matched.
Serious now, Bron. Serious now. Oh!
Final throw. No point for team 2.
That's a point. No hard feelings. So Ethan, that was a great day. Thanks very much. I mean, I'm amazed by this place. It's way exceeded my expectations.
I'm happy, you're happy, yeah.
And you don't just do axes here, you do swords, you do, all kinds of stuff.
Daggers, hammers, axes, as you know. We do wedding ring courses as well if you want to bring your partner along to do a bit of that as well.
I saw a few people doing that today, yeah.
We do Escus knives as well, Kumar, we have a whole list of stuff. So have a look at our website, Oldfield Forge, and we're the first result usually, and have a gander at that and see if you want to bring your partner, your friends along, or just yourselves. You know, we have a wide range of courses, have a look at it.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, my friend.
You're
Good
very welcome
Cheers.
indeed. Pleasure working with both of you.